Welcome to Mr. Marr's 3-Minute History, quick summaries about a range of different history topics. Today we're going back to Nazi Germany and we're looking at the experience of Jewish people living there at that time. It's obviously well known that Jews were despised by the Nazis, but the first thing to consider is why this was the case. The reality was that anti-Semitism, disliking and hating Jewish people, was not simply a problem in Germany and was a problem found across much of Europe at that time. Pogroms, which are violent attacks on people because of their religious background, took place in a variety of countries. Certainly Germany was very famous later on, but before that places such as Poland and Russia was prominent as well. There was different reasons for this. Some people believed stereotypes that Jewish people controlled the world's money supply and as such blamed them for financial problems. Others believed that Jewish people had in fact been the cause of Germany's defeat in World War I. And there were those people as well who believed that Jews were linked in with communists, and because they disliked communism, disliked Jews as well. Whatever the reason it was, there was a variety of problems and attacks that Jews ultimately faced in Nazi Germany. There was a variety of legal and social restrictions. As soon as the Nazis took power, one of their first actions was to implement a boycott of Jewish-owned businesses and shops. Later on, this moved into much more substantial moves. Jews were banned from working in a variety of different jobs, including in the civil service. Jews were also initially allowed to continue going to school, although faced bullying there, but later on Jewish children were banned from going to schools as well. There was other steps that limited Jewish people in German society as well. The Nuremberg laws meant that Jewish people could no longer be classed as German citizens, and not only this, they were also banned from having any sort of relationship or marriage to non-Jewish people. It wasn't just in legal and social senses, though, that Jews suffered in Nazi Germany. There was also extreme violence and intimidation. Jewish people were attacked in the street, often by members of the SS that were a violent Nazi group. And one of the most famous events in Nazi Germany took place in November 1938. This was Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass, and it saw orchestrated attacks on Jews and their property right across Germany. Huge numbers of Jewish synagogues, shops, other businesses and homes were attacked and burned, and many Jewish people were attacked or even killed. Of course, the most famous event involving Jews in Nazi Germany was the Holocaust. The Nazis' initial plans for Jews had often been to simply isolate and remove them from society. But by the time we got into World War II, it became obvious that they didn't simply want to remove them from Germany and Nazi areas, but to eradicate them from the face of the earth. Millions of Jews were sent to concentration camps such as Dachau and Auschwitz, and in many cases they were killed on arrival in the gas chambers. In other cases they were made to do hard labour, which ultimately caused them to die. Around 6 million Jews ultimately lost their life because of this.